going to be here with Aspen Strong and to hear about their experience with Roaring Fork leadership and leadership in general. They set out 8 months ago with Team Future to explore leadership and help a nonprofit called Aspen Strong explore their own journey with that and help that organization explore their journey forward as a nonprofit. So come on up, team, and we will get this started. All right, we're going to kick off with Sam here. Sam, what did you learn about leadership?
Thank you, Michael. Throughout this journey, I learned that leadership takes many different shapes and forms. And we found as a group that the best way to grow was to be tested. We tried lots of different things. I felt like it took us a little while to get the ball rolling. We spent a lot of time talking about ideas. Similar to other groups, we didn't have a lot of direction, which was helpful, but also was a little made us really think about what we wanted to do. And so we finally got the ball rolling with the help from one of our coaches. She gave us the idea to do a video, and I feel like we got the video going. We did the video, and we're finally in a place where we really gelled and meshed as a group. And I'm almost a little sad that it's over.
Oh, cool. Sorry.
Okay. I learned that leadership is very involved. Oh, my name's Ben West. I learned that leadership is involved and it's a lifelong pursuit. I came into it feeling like I had some natural leadership skills, but kind of realized that my actual skills are very minimal in the whole pursuit, and maybe that's just a little bit of confidence that I felt. It's a bit overwhelming, all the stuff that we took in, but all in all, like, I'm excited to think about it as a journey, excited for more growth and opportunity, motivated to be a better parent and person, community member, co-worker, and just enjoy the journey and the process of the learning.
Thank you. It's very intimidating to be on a night show to talk about mental health, but here I am. Thanks for having me. My name's Christina, and I have a couple takeaways. When I came in here, and still to this day, the word leader and leadership is still really intimidating to me. And what I realized is there's so many different ways to be a leader, right? The course that we took about the different civic civic typologies, is that the word? Traditions. But I felt like I get it done, right? Like I'm never going to be like a Michael Jordan, I'm never going to be Obama, but I'm going to get that shit done. So I was really happy that I could fit into one of those categories and feel like I could be a leader that way. I also really like the idea of emerging leadership, because I think that really gives people an opportunity to shine, and not every leader is on all the time, and not everybody's title is leader, right? But if you can show up and be a vision for that project, I just love that idea. Let's see. I also was working with our project sponsor, Angelina, and I felt like working with her made me more accountable to my team, because I had to communicate back to them and also to her, and it kept me more organized throughout the project, so I was really happy to do that. And lastly, similar to Jessica, I really feel like taking away, I've met so many people, and there's so many relationships that I've gained here and networking, and I feel like that's just as valuable as sort of the education I'm walking away with, so thank you for that. So I look forward to meeting you guys all out in the wild again.
Thank you. My name is Jennifer Diamond, and what I learned about being a leader is that you always need to be adaptable and flexible. You need to let your people shine. You need to always give them good feedback or bad feedback, but in a positive way. You need to embrace change you need to continue to ask, how can I help? And under no circumstances, never underestimate the power of a team.
Hey everybody, I'm David Schneider, and it's really amazing being back together with everybody since we've left the house. There was a lot of drama in the house this season, so it's kind of like anyway, what I learned about leadership, one of the biggest things was for me is trust. It takes trust in order to be a leader. How that's developed is through vulnerability. You need to be able to kind of give of yourself and be able to break it down. And like an example of vulnerability would be to be a point where you can say, I'm wrong, I did something wrong. And by being able to do that, you extend kind of almost like an offering to that other person, you know? Because you're both sitting there looking at each other and it's like, who's going first? Who's going to be trustworthy? Who's going to be vulnerable? So that takes a leader. It takes a lot of courage to walk out and be like, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. And by doing that, you now have started that building of trust. So that's what I've learned from that. And then from my group, what I want to say is I want to say thank you very much. Because they showed me what leadership was. Another part of leadership is compassion. And through all of this, I was the 7-year-old brat that needed all of the attention. I came to every meeting, and I was like, I don't want to do this, I'm not doing this. And it was like a man down, I was dead weight, and they carried me along the whole way. And I have to say that every single one of them, that they brought me along through all of it. Maybe you guys should have said that perhaps I was being a little terror, but that's okay. I appreciate every single one of you, and thank you so much for everything that you've done for me. Michael?
All right, let's give our panel a hand. So I want to say for the record that the version you just saw of David has only emerged in the last month. And it's wonderful and it's phenomenal. And from our group perspective, we don't shoot our wounded, right? And that's what I felt, and I know that's what the rest of my group members have felt. And what I've learned is that leadership is intrinsic in all of us, and that it may take a lot of digging and vulnerability and honest feedback, but at our core, we are all leaders. And we all have that superpower. So thank you guys, and let's kick it off with a commercial from our sponsor. So we'll get out of the way.
Aspen Strong is so grateful to Valley Strong for putting together all of this amazing content for us, bringing people together to tell their stories about their mental health journeys. We believe that the more that people tell their stories, the more that others will tell their stories and feel empowered to get the help that they need. This is content that we can use in many forms throughout the year. We can use it for our workplace partner reach outs on social media and in a variety of different ways. And so we are so grateful for everything that you guys did. Thank you so much.
Aspen Strong. So our next segment is going to require participation. So we're going to play a little trivia game. If you know the answer, stand up and shout it out loud, and we'll throw stuff at you. I believe, are you kicking it off, Sam?
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
We support COVID protocols.
All right. True or false? Our team, Valley Strong, contacted over 50 local businesses and individuals about what Aspen Strong does to help the community.
True.
True. Zach, what was the answer?
True.
True. Great job.
Too close.
All right. How many millions of work days are missed each year because of depression? A, 100 million, B, 175 million, or C, 200 million.
200 million.
All right.
Also March Madness and also the Cyber Monday.
That's extra credit. Do you want a hat?
Yes, I do.
All right. Give her a hat.
True or false? 1 out of 5 people suffer from anxiety disorder.
True.
You got it.
Alright, I'm just going to show mine now. Okay, so it's a little bit long, but 4 out of 5 managers believe it's their part of their job to intervene with an employee who's showing signs of depression. 55% of managers reported intervening. How many reported had appropriate training? 1 in 3, 2 in 3, or 3 are everyone? 1 in 3. 1 in 3, got it, yeah.
Okay, it's me. In 2019, an estimate of how many people 18 and older have any sort of mental illness. 18.1 million, 37.8 million, or 51.5 million. Wrong. Here, you can have a hat for that. 18.1 or 37.8?
37.
Okay. And that represents 20.6% of all U.S. adults.
Wow. What was that? Sorry, what was that?
20.6% of all U.S. adults.
All right.
Yeah.
What is the percentage of children in Colorado who are diagnosed with attention deficit disorder compared to 8.8% nationally? Is it 2%, 7.9%, or 5.2%?
Repeat the question.
Yeah, what? Say it again.
What is the percentage of children diagnosed with attention deficit disorder in Colorado compared to 8.8% nationally?
7.9.
Wrong.
5.
Who said 5? Who?
Everyone.
Oh, well, somebody, who stands up? Somebody, there we go.
So it's clear that mental health is an issue, and there's good side of this though. When you start treating mental health, it gets better. It shows improved productivity, increased social functioning, increased quality of life, reduced health and risk behavior, increased physical health, increased life expectancy. So thank you all for your participation. It's amazing to see what a widespread effect mental health has on us. We believe that the work of Aspen Strong is going to continue to positively impact our community. This group has worked on sharing their stories to lessen the stigma around talking about mental health. We believe everyone has a story to share.
My name is Christina Johnson.
Michael Koszelski.
Samantha Hoffman.
Jeff Munn.
I am the operations manager for the Aspen Airport.
I'm in real estate. I also do some construction and development work.
I work for the Pickens County Regional Emergency Dispatch Center. I'm a supervisor there.
I'm here to tell my story.
And I'm here to share my story.
I'm here to share my story. So I find my peace in many different ways. One of the big ways is being out in nature, hiking, camping.
You know, I love to create music, I love to create art, and I find myself being the most happy when I'm creating.
I mean, the big thing is bicycling. So every single day, you can almost find me on the bicycle.
Just some self-care stuff that I do, massages, baths, trips with my girlfriends, that kind of thing. And then, yeah, like I said, therapy is helpful when I need it, so.
I use therapy to help keep my mind healthy.
I was like a classic overachiever going through school and went to law school and, was practicing law and started having panic attacks. And I figured out pretty early on that meditation, mindfulness, exercise, other things help me manage it.
My grandmother had bipolar. disorder. And when I was young, I didn't understand what was going on, and it was something that wasn't talked about in my family.
When I was in my early 20s, I had 2 significant incidents, that opened my eyes to the world of mental illness and the stigma surrounding mental illness, as well as the need to normalize the discussion and conversation surrounding mental health and the resources available for treating it and treating people, and then opening up the conversation more, normalizing it really.
Really, actually, my brother is schizophrenic, and he got sick in 2009, and it was around that time that I discovered therapy for myself. The way that I grew up, we didn't talk about mental health, so that wasn't part of my life. And then him becoming sick, and then obviously like family issues and all that kind of came out of that is what started me going to therapy and realizing that I had never focused on my own mental health. You're just tough, and you just tough it out, which I have learned it does not serve me or anybody, which is why I'm where I am at with Aspen Strong. So I really think that there's so many people that are worried about talking about their mental health, and it's so stigmatized, and like I know because I felt it. So I'm just spreading a message that like the more that we talk about it, the better we're all going to feel.
I was struggling with what I was going through, whether what I was thinking, whether what I was feeling was normal. And I had a resource at work, and a friend of mine told me about it and suggested that I reach out, and I did.
I sought out therapy after I was in a pretty terrible car accident 2 years ago, and I realized that I could not get behind the wheel comfortably, and I realized that I felt very vulnerable in the fact that people around me could just hit me at any time. And so I decided that I just couldn't get through it by myself, so that's when I sought out some therapy.
Okay, well, my normal is not normal. As a first responder, I'm always dealing with other people's tragedies.
I've struggled with depression and anxiety most of my life, most of it untreated and then self-treated. And what I've found is that I need to ask for help, and that asking for help has led me to seek help for these things that aren't really my fault. They're just things that need to be treated.
It takes friends and family, and going full circle back to the idea of sharing your story is really the other half of that. You can work on yourself a lot, but I think you need to rely on other people really too. If you truly want to work on your own mental health and maybe help others along the way.
I think it's actually a sign of strength to ask for help. And once I did it, it was a little bit scary, but after I did it, I said to myself, why didn't I do this sooner? It was actually a really easy process and really easy to talk to somebody.
Really, we all have mental health issues like regularly, right? If you have a brain, you have a mental health condition, and we're human and we experience things, and we should start to feel more comfortable to talk about them. For more information, visit aspenstrong.org. Help us break the stigma behind mental health by sharing your story.
We invite you guys to hashtag share your story too, and spread the word and normalize mental health. Whether that's talking about your story more often or visiting Aspen Strong's Instagram or Facebook page, we just encourage you to speak out. Thanks.
Quickly, we handed out some shirts to some people, but we wanted you all to know, you get a shirt! And you get a shirt! And you get a shirt! And a hat! But guess what? If your size doesn't fit or you want something else, we'll exchange it.
I just want to mention one thing is that we did reach out to the group and stuff. Thank you. We just want to say thank you, Jason, for being part of our story and sharing the story, and our coaches who were so instrumental in this. But We really are truly trying to share the message and share the story, so we really would encourage you to share your story on Aspen Strong's pages, because that's how we're going to keep the momentum going and have it become more normalized and part of our vernacular. So thank you.